Can you hear me okay? Hello, hello? You can hear me? Yeah? Cool. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming. This is almost 5 p.m., so we try to be entertaining as much as possible. Today, we're going to talk about real-time orchestrations for autonomous vehicles. And on stage, I'm joined by Dr. Brennecke, our Senior Vice President at ZF Group. He's going to talk about also our relationship with startups and how this led to actually the acquisition of the market leader in the industry of fleet orchestration. You might be wondering what autonomous means, actually. And this term, we have to admit after almost 10 years that it's actually quite misleading. Because an autonomous vehicle is not moving, in fact, without being given a mission. An autonomous vehicle doesn't wake up in the morning, oh, beautiful sunshine, the birds are singing, I'm going to go pick up some guys at the train station, bring them to, I don't know, shopping mall, and then for lunch, I'm going to go to the charging stations for 30 minutes because it's kind of cool. It doesn't work this way. And this is what we want to explain in a few minutes for you guys. The good thing also is that we are not asking those vehicles to be that smart. They are super smart, they are amazing machines, but what we're asking those vehicles to do safely is to move their passengers from A to B. Okay? We are not asking them to coordinate with other vehicles, we are not asking them to coordinate with the infrastructure necessarily. We're asking them, again, to move safely people from A to B. And that's good news because these vehicles are still expensive today, but their price have to go down deeply in the next few years if we want them to be deployed massively in public transport or logistics applications and so on and so forth. So all the computing power and all the energy as well that is needed in those vehicles is not required for those tasks. This intelligence has to be offloaded to what we call a fleet orchestration. And to illustrate, let's look into a typical public transport service. In here, you see on the right for you guys, a typical station-based, schedule-based transportation service for public. And on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side, sorry, you see a typical ride-hailing service with somebody booking a ride on the mobile app. As you can see, we have a complexity here with different types of vehicles. Of course, these vehicles also have to coordinate, at least for some time, with existing human-driven systems. And obviously, these human-driven systems are not highly connected and obviously not autonomous. Hence, the need for an intelligence on top. Some people call it a control tower, although a control tower has people in it. Fleet orchestration doesn't have anyone in it. It's purely software, purely algorithms, and purely intelligence to basically send what we call missions. So a mission is what I said earlier, the A, the B, and how to get from A to B. And then, obviously, this is up to the vehicle to execute that mission. We need vehicle automation for good reasons. Just in Germany alone, by 2027, almost 50% of the driving staff will actually retire. So when we hear people say, yeah, maybe it's a nice to have, we have time, we have until 2030, 2040, 2050, whatever it is, it's actually not true. It's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, like in other industry, imagine if half of your staff actually disappears, going to the beach, to the mountains, traveling, having fun, enjoying their lives. So that's why we need this automation for vehicles in all different types of applications. Because the driving staff is not only missing in bus and trucks, it's missing in, of course, it would be missing in ride-hailing applications. It would be missing in the logistics segment. It's a big topic today to be able to manage all the things that the goods we like to order online. And of course, it has to be brand agnostic. Because if you get to a site, they're going to say, well, we have vehicles from this brand, we have vehicles from that brand, and then they integrate with tractors, they integrate with this, with that. And you can't just say, well, we know only one brand, or it's something that only ZF provides, for instance. It has to be multi-brand and completely agnostic. And with this vision, then you can develop any kind of application, transportation system by mixing different systems and different vehicles. I wanted to show you also here another application. If you go from the left to the right, the day we have all those systems automated, as you can see, the truck actually coming from the left can be of any kind of brand. Okay, it was automated by a specific vendor. The fleet orchestration has to handle this. When the trailer and the payload is inside the logistics system, then it has to be moved around by a tractor. This tractor was developed most likely by another company, not the company developing the truck. So the orchestration has to be, again, brand agnostic and be able to send missions to this vehicle. And last but not least, when we go last mile, getting to the right of this page, delivering the vehicle, delivering the good and the package and the parcel to the actual client in the end that made the order maybe hours ago, with an autonomous vehicle, of course, this has to be, of course, agnostic. With this, I would like to transition to you, Christian. We're going to talk about the connection with, again, the startup ecosystem and how we acquired this company, and we are the world leader in this space now. Christian.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Luc. So, of course, we are very proud working with Luc and Best Mile. And this was one of the great examples where we as ZF, as an anchoring partner for the last 3 years, working closely with Plug and Play and working with so many startups. And this is really one of the first one where we really could fully acquire. We started the process last year and now have fully integrated Best Mile as a startup in our company. And even today we talked about how we ensure Best Mile, as a technology leader of orchestration, really stays on the pace, on the speed, and driving this technology forward. So we used a dual operating system in our company. So on one hand, normally where we have our automotive products running and standard processes, as you know, in the automotive, Best Mile on the second pass, we really kept isolated as a company, managing their own decisions quite quickly, but leverage the organization as much as we can in terms of sales channels, alignments on technologies, to leveraging technologies in all the cross-functional teams. We go to the next page. So because why we started the acquisition, having seen the technology leader for autonomous shuttles and vehicles, definitely where we see first business coming, and moving forward into the automation of trucks, where we definitely see this as one of the important measures. Short term, we see a big opportunity to also transform orchestration towards the cargo handling. So not only all vehicles. If you're thinking about dispatchers in the fleet operation of trucks, who in the near future has to deal with electric trucks, still diesel-driven engine trucks, upcoming fuel cell-driven trucks, how can a human being as a dispatcher managing and deciding which truck should go what route, still finding the infrastructure to fueling up these vehicles once again. So here, the AI-based algorithms definitely helping to solving that problem. There we see how we transform the technology from this great startup moving forwards into industry segments of other areas. So one of the success stories for us, how we could integrate this technology in our company.
Thanks a lot, Christian. Thanks a lot for that. I hope we managed to give you the big picture. So again, it's not just about the vehicles. You need also an intelligence on top. And feel free to reach out to us to discuss any kind of projects or pilots or any next step you might have in mind with ZF. With this, thank you, Christian, again. Thanks, everyone. And have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.